And there was that feeling that generally that we need to organize. And that was the line that Bombay Dost took. And then we found that it was really getting out of hand, in the sense there would be desperate calls from places in Assam, or there would be calls from Chennai. And so we decided that we will look at organization around the main metros. So all letters that say came in from the east would be forwarded to groups which were in Calcutta. And that's how, for example, Pawan and all came in. Letters that were coming from the north would go to Delhi groups. And this is the way we divided the work. And the collective would handle directly the issues of people from Bombay, Pune, what we call Western India. And then the problem got more complex, and we discovered Bombay Dost could handle it. Not only that, but Bombay Dost was becoming too big for its own good. We couldn't really handle the issues. Classifieds, for example, it was a huge issue. How do you know who's telling the truth, who's not? Who could be open for blackmail, who wouldn't, through the classifieds. So those things that were coming to the fore, the real nitty-gritty of the gay community. And that's, I think, we lost quite a bit of money. Actually, the share certificates are still with me, but we had these beautiful pink share certificates, and 8 people bought shares worth 5,000 each, and then put in another 5,000. So that was all that money went down the drain, because the dealer never gave us any money in return. They used to sell Bombay Dost in the black in those days. It used to be 20 rupees, but it used to be sold with these dealers for 80 or 100, and he never gave us the money, even the 20. So finally we had to shut down. Just to tell you what we think they're doing in the future, we are looking at various options. You know very well that the cyberspace is very active. All the e-lists are doing very well. So really communications is not the issue. What we need is a social visibility that we are there today, and that we matter, that we are catalysts in society, and we are challenging certain structures in the society. So towards that end, we would like a magazine or a platform that looks at every national issue from a gay perspective, from a queer perspective. And that's what the niche is. And how we're looking at it is, we have surveyed, we have asked several of our friends in advertising to look at which are the real black holes in publishing, magazines or whatever. And and what they've said is, please look at the profiles of what are called, in Bengal you have what is called the puja issues, where the greatest literary talent and poetry talent of Bengal was really discovered. The same way, if you look at what happened in Maharashtra, you have what are called the Diwali Anks. These are issues brought out by fishermen's collectives, by market traders, all sorts of people, teachers associations, and they are incredibly exuberant. There's an enormous amount of energy, and if you go from now on, they will start collecting. And people like Vijay Tendulkar and all these people really came up from what are these sort of annual issues. So we're looking at that option to place ourselves in that niche, but on a much larger scale than being just restricted to Maharashtra or Bengal. And I don't know how many of you have heard of this, the oldest Hindi literary magazine called Hans, which is coming out from Paharganj. It's 78 years old. It's in Hindi. It's not very well brought out. It's got small little panel advertising from the Jama Masjid in Daryaganj, Paharganj area. But every time it threatens to sink, all its readership and subscriptions come forth and see that it doesn't. That shows some sort of community mobilization. And we would like to go that way. We wouldn't like to set ourselves completely into the advertising world, because there are efforts to do that. A lot of my young journalist friends who have been working under me, they have gone into certain sort of magazines where there is a gay touch to it, there is a queer touch to it. I can't name some of these magazines. And the Times had Times of India for a particular 6 or 7 months period actually had a magazine with a very gay title, and they were test marketing it. And we don't know what happened, but what the information I have is that someone in the Jain family didn't like the idea, so stopped the magazine. But obviously there is a readership out there, not just among gay people. I think we broadened out and are calling ourselves queer now. So I don't think it's essentially going to be a platform for gay people or just sexual minorities, but for people who don't conform to what is called this rigid heterosexist paradigm. And with that, I think thanks.
Thanks a lot, Ashok. I'm sure there are people who want to ask you some questions. I'm wondering whether we should get a book short response and then go into the more general. Can we ask?